Scott, thank you for joining us. That's more like it. Crawley Town 4, Bristol Rovers 0 at the Broadfield Stadium. What was your take on the game?
Yeah, obviously pleased. I think the pleasing thing from my point of view is we keep a clean sheet. We score from a set piece, which is always a big plus because we work extremely hard on that. And we score off a goal, Harry Foster's goals, an action that we worked on, back crossing the ball. Scott Malone put the great ball in the box. So there's lots to be encouraged by. And of course, could have been more. You know, we missed the penalty. And Lofty, I've got to say, he stuck about 4 or 5 in the top stance yesterday in training. Said, "No, I'm on penalties." But it happens, you know, it happens. And but no, I was pleased with today. I thought we were really good today. I thought we managed the game really well. And I know we played against 10 men for large parts of it, but I thought we were really good. I thought we managed it really well, and I thought that there were some good goals. Yeah, very, very good for our money today.
Yeah, good character shown by the lads as well, because, you know, having missed the penalty, it goes down that road of almost you feel like, oh no, is it happening again sort of thing. So it's good to see them overcome that and then really get into a groove in the second half.
Massive character shown, because I think probably everyone in the stadium felt it. Here we go again, kind of, but the players didn't. They continued with their work, which I was really pleased about, and kind of didn't even mention it at half time. Do you know what I mean? It was just like, right, this is what we're going to do. We actually changed our shape a little bit second half just because we knew that there was a man down, so we found different spaces because they'd changed. Obviously, they had to change something, and we found different spaces. So we changed our shape. Almost played like a diamond in midfield, as it were, with Watto more central. I thought Harry Foster was a real threat in that second half as well, getting right down the sides of them all the time. But some really good performances, and I thought the subs made a real impact as well when they come on. So really pleased with the whole day's work today.
You spoke there about managing the game really well. And obviously we understand fans' frustrations when we're 3-0 up. They want to see 4, 5, 6, of course. But
so do I.
Yeah, of course. But when obviously we haven't won in the league, you know, since Cheltenham at home, in the players' minds, they just want to protect that lead. And, you know, ultimately what's most important at the moment is getting 3 points, isn't it?
It is, but like I do kind of like agree with the supporters on it, because I felt that we could have got probably more goals. No disrespect to Bristol Rovers, I wouldn't do that, but I did feel that we probably turned back out too many times. Where I felt we could have gone for the throat a little bit more. So I actually do agree with the supporters on that. You know, I was screaming, get it forward at times, you know, or play forward, should I say. But listen, at the end of the day, we can't complain. I thought the players were great today. And to be honest with you, they have been great. I know there's been kind of not the results that would reflect that they've been great, but what they have done is they've stuck to it. And they've showed a real belief today, and they should be really encouraged by that performance today.
Yeah, and lots of subs making an impact as well. Obviously, everyone was great when they come on, as you mentioned. Harry getting a goal, Louis as well, Louis Flower. So what did you make of their performances, and sort of how happy are you that these players have been able to come off the bench and sort of flourish?
Really happy. I thought Harry Foster was a threat all in that second half. He got down the side so many times. His timing of his runs to have that little stick pass, we call it, was impeccable. And then when he got in, he usually made the right choice with his passing. And then Louis Flower, so pleased to see him. And he does score, to be fair. Louis Flower does score. And he knocked on my door the other day and said, "Gaffer, I'm ready. I want to play. I'm ready. I'm ready to fight for you." And I give him the opportunity on the bench because of that attitude. I like that. We need more of that. And I put him on the pitch, and he didn't let me down. He was brilliant when he come on. I thought it's not his position as well, by the way, but he kind of come inside, didn't he? And he found himself edge of the box and did what probably a lot of players didn't do, and pulled the trigger. And like I said before, if we don't buy a lottery ticket, you don't win the lottery. And he did buy a lottery ticket, and he won it because it was a great strike. Give the keeper no chance. Great finish.
Yeah, before I hand off, another word. I know we mentioned him last time we played here, but another word for Scott Malone. He's aging like a fine wine. He's getting better with every EFL appearance that he takes. And second part to that question, how important is he for a game like that, as we spoke about the character?
He's important for every game. He's brilliant. He's just his experience and his voice out there. You can hear him giving information out all the time. His quality on the ball's good. He can run. For an older gentleman, he can really run. His numbers are always good. You know, his numbers are always usually the high end of the team. And he was excellent. You know, we took him off at the end because the last time he played 90 minutes, it took him 2 weeks to get over it. So, yeah, we had to protect him, but he's massively important to us, not just out on that pitch, but kind of in and around the building, the dressing room area. He's a great guy. I'm so pleased we got him back. And he was involved in pretty much all the goals as well, wasn't he? Apart from probably the last one, obviously. The first one's obviously a deflection, but we don't score it if he don't take the shot. He obviously scores himself on the set piece, and a great ball in for Harry Forster's goal. So, you know, involvement in a lot of goals, and I thought he played well again today. I thought he was really, really good.
Hi, Scott.
Hi.
Congrats on the win.
Thank you.
I just wanted to ask, first of all, about Jojo Wallacott, because he makes a save at 0-0, and, you know, if that goes in, if he doesn't touch it, then they go 1-0 up. It's a different game. So what do you have to say about his performance?
Yeah, that's what we're paying for. Keep the ball out of the net. That's his job. But yeah, no, Jojo's been great. He's been brilliant. I thought he was good today. I thought he managed moments really well. Come and claimed for a few tricky ones. And he's playing out from the back has been impeccable as well. Makes the right decision at the right time. Been outstanding. So yeah, really, really, really pleased with Jojo.
Cool. And Harry Forster as well, half-time sub. Quite a smart one. Yeah, what was the thought process behind that? Because immediately when he comes on, you know, he's making those runs up and down the pitch, and he's really creating an issue for the defence. So what was the thought process behind that?
Well, Bajrami was injured, so it was kind of like one that was forced on us. We could have continued with Badge, but he was struggling a little bit. He took a real nasty knock in his face. He's got a fat lip, like, you know, a really bad one. And he had a knock on his foot as well, so he could have potentially carried on, but I didn't want to risk it. And we wanted to change our shape anyway. We found that because they'd got a man sent off, there was different spaces that we could exploit. So we played with almost with a single 10 up against Louis Watson playing as a single 10 with Lofty as a single striker, and then keep our width and almost have a diamond in the middle of the pitch. It obviously worked really well. And yeah, Harry Forster was class. I thought he was a real, like I say, real threat that whole second half. Scored his goal, and he was involved in a lot of our good play.
Amazing. Thank you.
Thank you.
Louis, thank you for joining us. Congratulations, a 4-0 victory here at the Broadfield Stadium. Firstly, how good does that feel?
It feels amazing. Like, honestly, not just to score, but obviously see everyone in the team play well. I mean, we got up against 10 men, I know, but before that even, we dominated the game. And I think 4-0 was very deserved. Yeah,
talk us through the feeling in the dressing room, because watching recent weeks has obviously been frustrating to play, you know, as well in some games as we have been, and then it must just be a huge sense of relief, mustn't it?
I think it's been coming. Like, we've been dominating games, and it's just been our end product in both sides of the boxes. And I think this game, we cracked the nail on the head, as it were. I mean, clean sheet, 4 goals. Everyone's buzzing in the dressing room, but we've got to take that feeling into next week and in the week after that, because we're not where we are on the table that we want to be. But the way we're playing doesn't reflect that. So I think that we need to get the mixture right now, win games, but also continue playing the way we're playing, and then every weekend can look like this.
Yeah, we spoke to Scott about how, you know, impressive the character was, because, you know, obviously Lofty's unfortunate to miss the penalty, and then all of a sudden it feels like it's going to be one of those days again. And, you know, understandably the crowd are a little bit on edge, as thinking, are we ever going to get that goal? So the professionalism and the character from the lads is really good, isn't it?
Yeah, no, 100%. The professionalism from the lads is really good. And in times where things don't go right for us, so Lofty missing the penalty, like, we're going to obviously build on that, and we're going to realise that that's going to happen throughout the season. So things like having the fans to help us through that, because there's going to be times in the game where we're having to sit off, we're struggling a little bit, or something's not gone the way that we want. So having the fans lift us up can help a lot. But it's also the mental character from each of the boys, like, outstanding today. Like, especially, I want to say, first half, even when it was still 0-0, like, we kept on persevering. Lofty missed a pen, and then look what happened. We went again and again and again. So I think that was brilliant from the boys today. Yeah, moving on to yourself, obviously, must be a great feeling to get your first league goal for the club. Yeah, it is. That's my first goal of the season, first of many, yeah. Yeah, and obviously you scored one in the Cup as well, and you've obviously had goal contributions before. But
it must just be a great feeling to sort of reward, obviously, the manager for, sticking you on and, giving you a chance. And it must be feel good to sort of prove why you should be playing.
Yeah, 100%. I think that's an important part of football. Like, if you're not starting, if you're having to come on to make an impact, because it gives the manager questions. It tells him, look, I want to play. I'm here to play. I want to be a person you can rely on. I want to be a goal scorer. I want to impact games by goals and assists. And that was my first league goal. Hopefully I can build more on it, and that's the way it is.
Yeah, Scott mentioned actually in his interview that you sort of knocked on his door, a few days ago and said, look, I'm ready to play. Throw me in the deep end. Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah. But yeah, how ready do you feel? Is now time? Obviously, I suppose that's a weight off your shoulders as well, getting the first league goal as well. So for you, it's just, more to build on.
I think me as a person, I'm very confident in myself, and I build on confidence, if that makes sense. So me getting my first goal, I think that was an important part of my season, because it shows that I'm here, I'm part of the team, I can impact games. And I think for me, like, the most I can do is put in good performances so that it gives the manager something to look at and think, yeah, he's going to score goals for me, he's going to get assists for me. So I've done what I could for the team. So that's all I can say on that, yeah.
Perfect.
Hey Lou, congrats on the goal and
Thank
congrats
you.
on the win.
Thank you very much.
Scoring at home,
I have glasses, sorry.
Thank you.
Yeah, you can't see them, but I like his glasses.
Cheers, man. Yeah, so scoring at home in the league, it's not your first goal for the club, it is in the league and at home. So just how much different and how good does that feel to do it in front of the fans today?
Yeah, it's something special. Like, especially when you're winning a game and you can feel the fans, they want more goals. That's an important part of football. And as a striker, I know obviously I wasn't playing striker today, but as a striker, you want to score goals. And when you get that from the fans, of they want to see you score goals, it's massive. And I think for me, it was a massive high for me, because it was like I scored a good goal, I would say. I don't know about you, but
very good. Yeah.
It's just a mental feeling. Like, you can't. It's nothing's better than that.
Nice, man. And there were a few shouts of shoot, when you got the ball and you lined it up.
I don't listen to that.
Yeah, I was going to say your confidence must be at an all-time high,
Yeah, no, I don't hear anything from crowds when I play. I'm very just doing my own thing. So I saw and I heard that people were telling me to shoot. Teammates were saying I should have been wider, but I know myself. I get a chance in the edge of the box, I'm going to shoot. It doesn't matter if the crowd's shouting or not.
Yeah, man. And finally, what's life like in Crawley just in general? Like, you've only been here a few months, but how are you finding the acclimatisation, I suppose, from being up north?
I'm not from north.
Oh, from Gateshead, sorry.
I was only there for a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
I was started there start of January, and then I done my MCL, so I wasn't there for that long. I loved it, but I wasn't there for that long. But no, I was at Brighton majority of last season, rehabbing. So I've been in around the Sussex area quite a bit, but Crawley again, it's a nice place to be. I mean, the change room's amazing. I've made like really good connections with some of the boys here. The experience, but it's also quite a young group. It's a mixture, and like we've got people like Dion Conroy, Scott Malone, who have been in and around the Football League and who are mentors to the younger boys, and we all really respect them for that. And they just need to lead by example, and we need to show them that we're ready. Me and some of the younger boys, I mean, I'm one of the youngest in the team, but it doesn't matter about that. It matters about winning games. And I think that we're starting to learn that as the younger boys. We're starting to step up and realise we're not just here to train, we're here to play. And so that's a big thing for us. And I'm loving the change room because everyone's starting to drive each other on. I think at the start of the season, it's a new group of lads, but now we're starting to get more connected, and I think that's a really good thing.
Amazing. Thank you, and again, well done.
Thank you.